Friends, welcome to my channel. I'm Mayank Kumar and I am going to share my thoughts while I which type of steps I have taken to improve my English, and I am going to share with you my experience. Actually, dear friends, many people told me or many people asked me, Mayank, do you like to read book? That time I told, no, I do not like to read book. But after that, they told me, Mayank, you have to start reading book because reading book is help to improve your fluency, and it's improve to your vocabulary part also, because while start reading you can read new vocabulary, and with when you do not know that vocabulary, that time you will write and you will search that vocabulary on Google translator and anywhere, and that time you learn new vocabulary part also. And vocabulary is very important while you start English journey and you want to speak fluently and improve your fluency. So that time I felt that I also start reading book, but before that I never read any book, whatever Hindi or English book, because I do not like to read book. But after that I felt, if I want to improve my English, so I need to read book also. So it is very difficult for me to start reading because it's very difficult. I am not comfortable to read book. So after that, and I have no books that time, and I am frugal person, so it's very difficult to me to expend money and purchase book. So that time, and some person told me, Mayank, while you start reading or start your English journey, so you have to speak in front of camera also, because they know I'm a camera shy person, so I am not able to express my thought in front of camera. That's why I'm start recording these videos. And my dear friends, I'm not going to edit this video. Whatever I record, I put that video on same on YouTube. So I'm going to share my thought how I can start reading books and which type of books I prefer, because I am initial stage while reading book. So I thought, when some people asked me and some people gave me suggestion, you have to start reading book. So I thought and I consider this suggestion in my life. And same time, I went to a Flipkart application and scrolling Flipkart applications. That time I search lot of books, but I am very confused which type of book I have to consider and which type of book I consider. So that time I saw one book which name is 21 lesson for 21st century. So because this book is very attractive book, and I am curious to know about which type of 21 lesson inside this book. So I bought that book through online on Flipkart, and I am very curious to read this book. So I searched on YouTube about this feedback. I saw 2 to 3 feedback. This book is very good and you can consider this book while reading book. So I bought this book, and I ordered this book on Flipkart, and after 2 to 3 days I got this book. And this book is, I'm going to show you this book. This is this book, you can see. This book is 21 lesson of 21st century. His writer name is Yuval Nohan Harari, and this book is very awesome. And it was very good packing that time when I received that book. And that book, after that, when I started reading this book, it was very difficult to me. I'm honestly saying with you, it was very difficult to me read this book, because this book is very difficult language, and this book is not, I do not suggest initial learner to consider this book, because while you initial stage you cannot understand heavy vocabulary and heavy sentences, so you do not consider this type of book, because I felt that this is not good for me. When I start this book, I read one chapter two time, three time, four time. After that, I didn't get anything from this chapter. I read and I make notes for vocabulary also, but after that, I really didn't enjoy this book. So that I am going to, I, yeah, in the morning I thought, why did not and share this thought in my channel and in my viewers, because when we initial stage and we go for reading in highly heavy vocabulary and heavy part of reading books, so this is very difficult for us, and we get down our motivation also. So that's why I ignored that book. I ignored that book to read. I keep this book aside on my table, and I do not want to read this book, because when while I read this book, I do not get any single lines or vocabulary. And while reading book, I do not prefer to go and search every line or every words on chat gpt or google translator. This is create a distraction. So that's why I do not prefer this book in these days. I keep this book aside of my tables, and after that I start searching on youtube, or youtube, which type of book I have considered we have considered to initial stage. That time, uh, on youtube, some person told me, and some persons suggest us, you have to consider sudha murthy book. Sudha murthy book is very good, and you have to consider that book. So I search on google, and I like to download e-pdf of sudha murthy book, because first time I bought this book without reading anywhere, and so I didn't understand which type of vocabulary this in that book and which type of language preferred. So it's very difficult for me to read this book. So I searched on youtube as sudha murthy name, sudha murthy book. So that many books I found, and I downloaded e-pdf. But I do not prefer e-pdf while reading, because e-pdf is very difficult to me to read on laptop and mobile. So I do not like to read e-pdf through e-pdf. So that's why I stop reading that also. That was also, but their vocabulary and then sentence formation is very easy, and that sentence formation is easy to understand. I like to read, but I have some issue with mobiles and e-pdf. I do not like to consider e-pdf. So after that I thought, why do not go for market, and why I have to consider market and go to offline market and search if any sudha murthy book found in offline market. So I have to buy that book and start reading practice, because reading practice is very helpful for us and improve our sentence formations and vocabulary parts also. And while speaking, somebody told me, if you read that book and anything in english, speak aloud, speak aloud, because when you speak something, then your voice is go in your ear, and you can hear that your voice. So it's also very helpful to improving yourself. So I went to market and went to offline shop, and I asked to shopkeeper, do you have any book like sudha murthy book, and if any book of novels and by. So they told me yes sir, and they showed me a lot of books. That time I searched many book, and I look many book, and I want to prefer easy book and easy sentence formation book that time. And he had not available of sudha murthy book. So I am very disappointed that time, but after that I got new book which name is You Can Win. You Can Win. That book is very successful and very good book. 11 million copies sold in market that book, and his author name is that book author name is Shiv Khera. Shiv Khera. I am going to share this book. You Can Win. You Can Win. His author name is Shiv Khera. And viewer, this book is very easy sentence formation, and this book is very easy to read. You have definitely consider that book while you are in initial stage of learning English, because reading is very powerful skill, and you start reading not for only improve your skills and improve your fluency. it's give it gives us power of knowledge, because many a lot of power available in this book which change our lives. So while starting reading this book, this book is very highly sought after in market, and his author, he is much sought after speaker also. So I this book trademark is winner don't do different things, they do things differently. I'm going to speak one more time. Winner don't do different things, they do thing differently. It's trademark, and trademark his trademark and registered trademark. So this book is very good, and I really enjoy while reading this book. And I like to read this book, and I have completed one chapter of this book. And in this book I got many knowledge from this book. One line I very much impressed, that line: human can alter their lives by altering their attitude. If you can alter their lives, you have to alter your attitude, because attitude is everything, and first chapter is related to attitude. I am going to share with you how many chapters in that book. Is First chapter is importance of attitude in winner edge. Second chapter is build your positive attitude. Third is success, attributes of success, what is holding us back, and motivation also, self esteem also, interpersonal skills also, and subconscious mind, goal setting, value and vision. So total in this book is 13 chapter. You can see here, total in this book is 13 chapter, and this book is very awesome. You have to consider that book also. And while starting this reading book, I read a lot of story in that book, and this book is very easy to understand. You have definitely considered this book. I'm not saying you, and I'm not review this book. Just I'm going to express my thought through a video, and what I felt while reading this book, and what I felt while reading this 21 lesson of 21st century, because that book was not cup of my tea. So that's why I kept that book in front aside of my rack. And recently I start reading that book, so it was very helpful for me, and I know how I can change my our attitude, because attitude is everything. We have to consider, and we have to alter our attitude, and while altering our attitude we can alter our lives also. So one or two lines also in this book written, which while reading I impressed. That line: positive attitude and negative attitude both are most powerful attitude. Positive attitude and negative attitude both are mostly powerful attitude. So we have to look very closely. Positive attitude empower us to higher and empower us into higher probability and higher side. But in same time, negative attitude is propels us towards self destruction. So we have to keep positive attitude. So my dear friends, this is my second video, and I have recorded at least 50 minutes, 15 minutes. And sorry if I did any mistake, because I am a new here and I am a English learner. So I try to improve my skills, and I'm a camera shy. That's why I recorded this video, and through this video I give you important lesson. Is you can win. You definitely read this book, and this book is really awesome, and I am enjoying very much too while reading this book. And please like my channel, subscribe my channel, so I it will very helpful for me, and it gives me motivation to record another video also. So thank you. Bye bye.